Hey guys, how are we going? Today we have a great matchup between CSC Geoffery down here playing in green, and his civilization for today will be the Aztecs. His opponent will be dodolook playing as the Mayans and in the color red. Mayans of course do have that bonus over the Aztecs when it comes down to elite units, we know that, especially being an archer civilization and with the Aztecs being a fairly heavy infantry civilization, because they get that +4 attack, and who doesn't like that? So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, and if you haven't noticed already, we have this beautiful new dash, because I never liked the widescreen one. I did think it was very stretchy, and I really didn't like it, honestly. It did have a good lot of detailing, but I really like this one that we've got. Definitely let me know what you think about it. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I believe it does cut off at the top of the name there, but that's in a pretty dodgy place anyway, so I believe it should look good, honestly. It should look great, so thank you to my friend for doing that for me. So let's get into the game and see what we can expect. From Mayans, what are we going to expect? Looking at what's going on around him, berry bushes aren't too far away, so he's going to be able to get, well, food from them without too much trouble. Stone patch at the front here, going to be quite hard to hold down, honestly, unless we can see a big wall off across here. But even walling off all the way around here, that's quite far out, and he's going to come in contact with these two wolves here, which won't make it nice. These gold patches here as well are right over the other side, quite far away from his town centre for starting gold, and it's not in a nice location. Like I've said, it's going to be hard to wall this off, so he's going to be looking to probably go skirmishes at the start of the game, skirmishes and spears, honestly. But, you know, if he starts to branch out, he's going to be able to get those archers up, especially being the Mayans, getting that archer advantage. But it's going to be very easy for Geoffery to harass, really. So he's going to have to watch that. Looking at Geoffery, though, what does he have? He has berry bushes up here. Not a bad location. Going to be able to wall this section here off quite easy by the looks of it. However, his gold patch is over here. Going to be able to probably wall this section off here too, but it will be going out of his way to do so. Naturally, though, the gold patch is in a good position. This stone over here is actually in a good position too, especially if he gets a wall off across here. Going to be able to use that to his biggest advantage. So we can see a few towers coming up. We might even see an early castle. However, for the Mayan player, though, we will definitely be seeing an early castle, because we know how they love to use their plumed archers. So naturally, if Geoffery can get up here and hold this gold, dodolook's going to have a lot of trouble to get that up. He's going to have to come down to, say, one down over here, which again can be harassed by archers. So really, he's going to be looking to get some archer harassment in here, and if he does that, he should be able to keep dodolook off gold long enough, under the main pretense, really, that dodolook can't get out a big enough force of skirmishes to deal with these archers. Of course, being able to hold this hill region here will be good, because it means his archers will get that bonus on the skirmishes at the bottom. So definitely going to be wanting to do that. This eagle warrior here, getting in a little bit of this scuffle with these villagers, and it looks like he might lose that if he's not careful. Just getting away with that. Wait. Oh, 5 health on that eagle warrior there. Very, very, very close. We do have a militia coming in for Geoffery, though. So Geoffery is going to go for the militia rush, and we are seeing these villagers that come off this one over here run out, and his militia could be in trouble if they go too close to the town centre. And the wall-in is not completed. Could lose a villager here if he's not careful. Looks like he's getting away with that, actually. So there isn't too much going down. That villager nearly going down. Might lose a militia here. Losing one. Nearly losing a second militia there. We have an archery range coming up for dodolook, though. This is not a surprise. Playing as Mayans, you always expect to see a archery range come up, because they get that cheaper archer bonus. And a complete wall off here, going to be able to only get units through here, which of course is going to go through a direct line of fire of that town centre. So we've got these militias in here, going to get that harassment, going to try and push him off as much as possible. Might lose that militia there, getting away with 8 hit points. Down over this side, though, we see Geoffery going for his wall off. Hasn't started on gold yet, and he's only just started advancing to Feudal age, so he is pretty far behind at this point, considering it is at the 12-minute mark. In-game minutes, of course, that is. So we have a second archery range coming up for dodolook, so we're going to expect to see some skirmishes coming out as well. Hasn't claimed that gold mine up over there yet, using his remaining gold to get that one archer there. Could see a few more, especially if we see a gold mine come up. Looks like he's going forward with these villagers, though. Might claim a forward gold mine, actually. Going to be able to do that. That will definitely help him out. We do have multiple archers being created right now. Do we have... Yes, he's on the gold pile back here. So he's opted not to go for the forward one, as he knows that's going to be easily harassed, and hoping his opponent just doesn't notice this one back here. Eagle warrior trying to push in through this gate, well, wall down here, palisade of course, and bringing these villagers forward as well. Villagers, as we know, do get a good attack bonus first buildings, so he is going to be able to take this down fairly quickly, and whether or not he opts to put up a tower is completely up to him. There we go, so we do have a tower from Geoffery. And are we going to see a tower from dodolook? That is the question right now. Geoffery is in front at the moment by about 50 points, so he has got that. And then we go, tower coming up here, going to be able to hit to a radius of about there, going to keep him off this side of the wood here. That forage, which their 100 food is going to go wanting. This palisade wall here is going to go down. There's nothing that looks like he can. He needs to find a way through here. That doesn't mean going past the town center. So there we go, going to go straight through that palisade wall. And using this tower here as well, trying to pick up some villages. Doesn't want this wall to come up. If this wall comes up, he can be in a lot of trouble right now. If I slow this down, I believe we do have these militias still down here, still attacking. And if he micro this archer, he might... Killing one. That is an amazing archer right there. Putting in all of his effort for his team there. Looks like this town center though, just in range, picking off 2 archers there, and using those villages to advantage. As you can see, villages on the front line are always used for something, whether they're just gathering for a single thing, building houses of course. And we've got a watchtower coming up here. This is quite an interesting development. Both players have the +1 attack and range upgrades, and it looks like dodolook actually has opted to go for the upgrade on the armor there. And making a big mistake there, going past that town center, losing all 3 archers. That is actually horrible. If this tower comes up, it can put a lot more pressure onto Geoffery, but I don't think it's going to go up unless they've got this hill bonus here as well, and unless we see any more skirmishes at the moment, it looks like it might go up. Yep, only got a few more hit points to go on that tower, and the tower is up completely. So here we go, we're going to see all this harassment again just get pushed into Geoffery. Geoffery is in a good position right now, he does have a very good economy, but he is being pushed in on by these towers. So dodolook is in a great position right now to do some damage. He's forced all these villages away from the town center, so he's going to be able to continue just to push up all that damage. And using here, jumping through this gap here with the tower, if you don't know about that, if you do build a tower in an area like that, you can actually jump units across. Same thing with walls, if you get a piece of wall here and a piece of wall here and none in between that, you can actually hop units across. So at this point, it looks like dodolook is having no harassment whatsoever, but he is down here using lots of units to do that. He is trying to close this gap here though on this lumber camp and this mining camp here. If he manages to do that, it means we're not going to see a very early castle at all, because without it, you're not going to be able to do a lot with this stone mine. So at this point we can see dodolook is looking very, very happy. His economy is not the best right now, as you can probably tell, but he's definitely advancing further in the game than he's doing a great job just holding CSC Geoffery in. Geoffery not really knowing what to do at this point, putting up a tower to defend there, quite smart, and continuing to get these archers and skirmishes out. If you ask me, that's a great choice, so he is continuing quite well. We do have these archers just continually scouting around there, looking for anything else. So putting up more wall here, second layer, trying to defend this gold mine. If he loses this gold mine, it could be all over. There's no other gold inside his base, so he'll be in a lot of trouble. Looking to claim this stone mine out here, though, it is very, very good. It is there. Without that, he could be in a lot of trouble, especially if this tower came up over here that was being put up before. He would have been in a lot of trouble. So this tower nearly managing to pick off an archer there, that one there, by the looks of it, all actually on pretty low health. So the question is now, what is Geoffery going to do to come back from this? Geoffery's still in the feudal age. We do have dodolook is nearly in the castle age. She's over halfway there, going to be there very, very soon. But we do have Geoffery up here with some archers in dodolook's main base. So dodolook could be in a lot of trouble right now, especially if all these archers go to town on his villages, forcing him off this lumber camp over here. Luckily, he does have this second one over here, having to do an extra wall off there. Dodolook going up into the castle age there. It is extremely close. There's only 100 points in this. And these archers are going to be able to do a lot of damage, especially if he gets that crossbowman upgrade and gets that +2 range and attack upgrade. Microing very well right now, being able to push these skirmishes right back. Going to want to use that town center there, and elite skirmisher upgrade is done there. So it looks like Geoffery is still going into the castle age, so he's not going to be able to get that crossbowman and that +2 yet. These elite skirmishers though have the +2, and they are elite skirmishers. These archers are going to be in a lot of trouble right now if they can't do this. Looks like he's getting headed off around this way. Will he force him to go back the other way? No, he continues to run through this way. Luckily, he didn't split his army in completely two. CSC Geoffery only going up now. Looks like he won't get the crossbowman upgrade yet, because it's not very necessary. However, he does have lots of archers coming through here, so that crossbowman and that +2 is actually quite necessary. I take back what I said. Looks like he's coming back to this gold mine. No! Does he even know that gold mine there exists? He doesn't know this gold mine exists. So until he finds out that's there, he's this gold mine is going to be completely safe. It's not going to be harassed at all. Still only 100 points in it though. We do have that castle coming up very early though for dodolook. Actually not that early, but you know what I mean. It is up for mines, and it is up already, which is good. So these crossbows are trying to use this advantage on the high ground, however, forcing all of these elite skirmishers to come up is not going to get out of this. Those skirmishers are not going to make it easy, and they don't have that next armor upgrade though. But we do have the plumed archers coming out, pushing them right back across the map, and at this point these plumed archers are going to be doing a lot of damage to those archers. As we know, plumed archers are a very good elite unit, probably one of the most used elite units actually. So just pushing CSC Geoffery right back across the map at this point and trying to do as much damage as you can and just keep him cooped in here. However, we do see a very cheeky mill coming up down over here for dodolook. Going to use these deer here, why not? They're there, it's only going to cost him 100 wood, and at this point in the game wood is plentiful. However, if he does need to come out with a lot of skirmishes or a few mangonels as being produced here, he is going to be in a bit of trouble. Shouldn't be in too much though. As I said, that mill only costs 100 wood. And Monk managing to get the convert there, very well done. We do have a mangonel out already though for Geoffery. Geoffery understanding that most likely he is going to become, well, brought up against mass plumed archers, as is the usual mine tactic, and there we go, so he's completely right if that's what he's thinking. So naturally this mangonel going to be able to do a hell of a lot of damage. Using it to take out these towers as well, quite good plan honestly. Not doing heaps of damage, but not doing a bad amount of damage, doing quite a bit of damage to his lumber camp though. And we do have these plumed archers just running into this base down here, not garrisoning that town centre fast enough, and this is really going to cost Geoffery right now. These villages are just going to get picked off until this mangonel can come down here and sort it out, if these plumed archers don't manage to take it out. Closing the gap, great micro there, still dodging that mangonel, and it looks like that mangonel might actually go down. However, coming into the range of the town centre, they're probably not the best idea. And there we go, going to lose the rest of these plumed archers right here due to these towers. There we go, so probably not the best run-in. He probably could have sat in this area over here for a while longer, but nothing wrong there. He managed to pick off quite a few villages, even lost a few units himself, but at this point it's all about lowering that initial villager count. So mangonel here is going to be able to take out that tower. Geoffery going up to the Imperial Edge. dodolook only starting there. He's about a third of the way now. So Geoffery definitely has the advantage here, especially playing as Aztecs. He's going to be able to get out. There we go. Get out those all-powerful Eagle Warriors. Get that +4 attack upgrade that he gets at his castle if he decides to put a castle up. So going to be able to do a lot of damage all around. However, Geoffery is starting to run out of gold in his main base. Only about 520 left there. So he is going to have to start expanding out soon. And as we know, Eagle Warrior is costing 50 gold. That is quite a lot to keep up. So what have we seen? No attack upgrades for these Eagle Warriors yet. And there we go, just starting to get the armor upgrades there. We do have these plumed archers though on +2 range and attack and that +1 defense. However, these Eagle Warriors are going to, with that +4 base damage on elite Eagle Warriors, going to be able to do a lot of damage honestly if he can't contain them and continue to outmass them and use this high ground to his advantage. Luring them into the force of these castles though, probably a great idea, actually being able to do that. However, this crossbowman down here is actually completely doomed. So, what are we seeing? More armor upgrades on those Eagle Warriors, so going to be able to do it. dodolook is up by 600 points at this stage, but once these Eagle Warriors start to mass up, they're going to absolutely steamroll over these plumed archers. Plumed archers extremely, well, not that weak, but weak versus elite Eagle Warriors nonetheless. What are we seeing now? We're going to see, I am guessing, the next armor upgrade. I'll probably swap over just so we can see. Come back down to the action. And is he doing anything? He has done the armor upgrade, so he does have 4+4 pierce armor on those Eagle Warriors. So those Eagle Warriors are going to be able to take out these plumed archers extremely quickly right now, especially if he manages to outmass. Outmassing at this stage a very big deal. We do have that mangonel coming in though, so that mangonel going to be able to do significant damage if he pushes himself into a corner like that. This is really going to hurt. He's just sitting in here. Great positioning though by dodolook, considering he took out that mangonel. Without that mangonel, this would have been a great position. But what are we seeing then? We're seeing the plus attack upgrades be done right now. And have we got a castle up yet? It doesn't look like it. We're probably going to put a forward one up though. I would expect a castle to come up around this area, honestly. Especially if he wants to hold down. He's going to get that +4 attack upgrade, which is the Aztecs Elite upgrade. Well, unique upgrade, I should probably say, not really that elite. And we've got a castle coming up forward right now for the dodolook. He is going to push his opponent completely off this gold mine here, running out of gold down here. So it looks like, actually, CSC Geoffery has no golds to go off. He's got this one here and this one here, has this one down over here, and going to be, he knows it's there because of this monk, but unless he can get some villagers out, he's not going to be able to use any gold, and without gold, that means no elite Eagle Warriors, and no elite Eagle Warriors means nothing really to use against these plumed archers. Oh, that is very, very bad right now. And is he getting any villagers down? It doesn't look like he's going down there either, so he's going to have to suffice with the gold he has. Only on 300, that means 6 more Eagle Warriors maximum at this stage. So unless he can get a castle or something up, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. But considering he's been driven off at these 2 gold piles here right now, this is great play from dodolook. He's just pushed his opponent off all his resources. This castle here was in a great location. And these Eagle Warriors just going to be able to, well, they're going to get picked off slowly one or another. We can see that dodolook has complete map control at this point, up by 1,600 points, absolutely steamrolling his opponent at this point. These Eagle Warriors just running into this barrage of arrows. As good as they are at taking arrows to the limbs, they are not going to get through this. They're just completely outmassed. They did have a high ground advantage there when running in, but they did lose that again. It looks like, though, we can see that Geoffery has managed to get some villagers out of that gold pile. Not many, but definitely some there. Castle coming up inside. There we go. That castle there just sealed the deal for dodolook, taking out this entire section of the map here, keeping him off these stone piles, keeping him off these gold piles. He did have this gold down here, but he only had 3 villagers there. That is nowhere near enough to support the amount of Eagle Warriors he needed. Could have gone with skirmishers, but again, he didn't have the upgrades that dodolook did, and we know that elite plumed archers are still pretty decent versus any arch unit. So, thanks for watching. Hope you like the new DAS. Definitely let me know what you think, and thanks for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.